What's up, guys? So today I'm gonna try to get some of the Overcab framed in. Like always, I'm working by myself, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to, but I'm gonna give it a shot. It's gonna be hard to get like a perfect measurement of the length because I'm putting a board across the top of the window and across the bottom of the window. So the whole width of the RV, it's gonna be hard to get that measurement, and it'll be hard for me to hold it in place and screw it in and all that stuff. But it's a beautiful day, Saturday, and I want to keep working on it, so I'm gonna at least try. Okay, so I got a board measured. It looks like it's going to fit. I'll show you why I say it looks like here in a second. First of all, it's hot up here. I don't miss this at all. But yeah, to measure the board, I actually had a 2x2 laying up here that was a couple inches short, just a couple. And I used that. I lined it up, you know, that I could kind of brace it in place, and measured how short it was, you know, from the end of that board to where I wanted to attach it. I hope this makes sense. Which happened to be 3¼ inches. So that board was 3¼ inches short. So I measured that board and it was 74¼ or something like that. So I took 74¼ added the 3¼ that it was short, and cut a new board. Seems logical, right? So now what I have to do is cut all them staples off, because that's right where the other board is going to attach. And yes, I know it looks, hold on. It looks pretty rotten. It does, but it's solid. It's solid enough. I'm not replacing that board. I did replace that one down there on that side, and that was an absolute nightmare. So I'm not gonna do that again. I'm just gonna use what's there. It'll be fine. But yeah, I have to get all them staples out. There's a screw right there too, and same with down there. There's a bunch of staples. Which I've also done this before, and it absolutely sucks. Using this little oscillating thingy with, it says wood and metal, but it's not that great. I wish I had like a better one, which this is probably the last time I'm gonna have to do it. Otherwise, I would literally go to Harbor Freight right now and buy a better blade. Which, who knows, I might end up doing that, but we're gonna at least try this and see how it goes first. Here we got those 4 chopped off. The screw is still there. I'm gonna see if I can clear that screw, because that's gonna be really hard to get through. And I chopped a couple off down at the bottom. Again, gonna see if I can clear those, and we'll see. Not sure how I'm going to attach this board yet. I might use an L bracket, because I think I can do it by myself a lot easier. Use an L bracket. My only concern now, which I probably shouldn't be concerned, but I'm like, I don't know, because there wasn't any wood around, you know, this window, on this front panel at all when I opened it up. And now that I'm putting this wood up here, it's sticking out farther than the window. The window has a frame that goes around it that like trims it out on the inside. It goes like over the wall board. So I'm assuming it'll be fine. Don't know, but like the edge here, of course, the edge of this wood here sticks out farther than the edge of this window frame. So it's cut perfectly. I think that's the best cut I've made so far. Look, oh look, I cut it that well that it stays without holding it. Oh my god, it's the little things, you guys. It's the little things. But anyway, this where the marker lights here are sticks out, so you know I don't have, like, that's the space I have to use there. So that's where I'm gonna put the board. And I think what I'm gonna do is take these little L brackets and put them the underside, like boop boop, like right there, because I can screw into this board that's already here. I can screw the L bracket into it, and then the top board can just sit on it and I can screw that fast. That's what I'm gonna do, guys. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera off for now. It's really not that exciting anyway. I'm gonna get this board up, I'm gonna go cut the other board, and if anything happens in between, I'll let you know. Okay, so I got both the top and bottom boards going across with L brackets. I do not like this one here, especially how far this is sticking out, because it, you know, it's an L bracket. So I have two of these guys left, these flat brackets. I've used them a couple places throughout here. I find them to be pretty handy, so, but I only have two of them. So I'm gonna put them both, one here and one there, and then next time I'm at the store I'll pick up some more, but I'm gonna at least start that. Then I'll take the measurements from here to there, because I want to put a board on, you know, either side of the window, and then this framing in here will be done. But yeah, I need more brackets, flat brackets and L brackets. Although these vertical pieces, and I'm not sure, I might just try to screw them directly in instead of using brackets. It's just so hard in this tiny little space. You just can't, you know, you just can't get in with a drill and do it. So I will put these flat brackets on and then take some measurements and cut the last two boards. So I'm finally back in the RV to get some work done. It's been probably 3 weeks since the last time I was out here working, and I'm not even sure where I left off as far as this video is concerned. I was framing in the overcab around the window. That part is done. I don't know if I even, because I had to go and get some brackets, and I don't know if I even showed the completed framing, but I will in a second. So next up would be doing insulation, and I have to do the marker lights first. So if you go back to last year, I put new marker lights along the front of the RV, ordered them off Amazon, they're LEDs, and the light, you know, the fixture itself is mounted and sealed on the top, you know, the front of the RV, but they were never hooked up on the inside. So I came out last night to finally do that and ran into some issues. What else is new? But yeah, before I get into all that, I'll just want to chat for just a hot minute, because I really wanted this thing done by now, and I'm getting frustrated every time something goes wrong and sets me back. It's frustrating. So I have so much stuff going on, and I just don't have the time. Anyway, I'm just kind of complaining because I want it to be farther along. I want it to be done. I want it to be completely done by now, and I'm not. So that brings me to the marker lights. So I came out last night and started hooking them up. The sun was setting, and it sets right at this, you know, that direction at the big window. So it's just like blasting through that window, and it's hot. It's not super hot outside, but obviously it's hot in here. Even just being in here for 10 minutes now, and I'm already like starting to sweat. So it was hot. I only did 2 of the lights, which, I mean, even that took me probably 45 minutes. And I decided, you know, I should probably check these before I go any farther to make sure I'm doing it right, to make sure I am, in fact, hooking them up properly. So I hopped down and went out front, but again, the sun was shining on that front side of the RV, and I couldn't tell if the lights were on or not because the sun, you know, was shining. And so I thought, okay, fine, I'll just come out after the sun goes down. Well, I didn't. And then this morning, before the sun was, you know, fully up, I came out and checked them. And the first one is only half lit. Half of it is lit up, the other half isn't. And they are LEDs, you know, so instead of just having one bulb, it's got like a whole bunch of LED, whatever they are, on it. So I have to take that light off the front that I spent some time sealing it tight last summer. So now I have to take all that off, scrape it, put a new light up, which I don't have any. So I ordered the light off Amazon today. It's only a couple bucks, not, you know, the end of the world. What I'm pissed at is the fact that I have to go back up on the roof, take that light off, scrape it off, put a new one up, reseal it. It's just, it's just one thing after the next. And I still have 3 lights to go. So fingers crossed that those 3 lights work, or I'll have to go on Amazon and order more, which, I guess I only ordered 1. I should have probably checked them all, or ordered 2 just in case, but I don't know. I'm hoping the other 3 work. So, yeah, I'm kind of bitchy today. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna get these other 3 lights hooked up, and the sun isn't shining. I mean, it's peeking through every now and then, but I might be able to test them this evening yet. It's about probably 4 p.m. And then once the lights are hooked up, once I have these lights hooked up, get the new light in the mail, get all that scraped and reinstalled, then I can put the insulation up, because the insulation is going to go right over those lights. Hopefully this light doesn't take forever. I did order it on Amazon, but it was not through Prime, and I ordered from the exact same company, the exact same lights that I already have, because I wanted to make sure that they were the same and that they would definitely match. So it's not through Amazon Prime. So hopefully it's quick. I don't know. But I'm going to spin the camera around and show you guys a little bit. So that is the light right there that isn't fully lit, which I'll try to get a shot of that, or at least a picture of that. Obviously not right now because it's still pretty light out. But yeah, so that's the one that's not lit. And then I have those 3 and another one over there. That's the framing that I did around the window, which really is just going to help support the window a little bit better. So there's not as much, you know, flex in the front of the RV. And then when I put my insulation up, along the top there is a piece of wood right there where the white ceiling ends. Not that like flap thing that's hanging down, but there's a piece of wood up in there. So I mean, I could maybe get away with not gluing it, because I could probably staple it along there. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. But then, you know, bring it down and staple it here, and then cut little pieces to go in there. Okay, so I got all of the lights hooked up and checked them. You can barely see, like it's almost too bright out, but I could tell that they all worked except for the one. And I even like wiggled it around a little, like wiggled the, you know, the cords, the plug, hoping that maybe it was just, you know, not a good connection or something, but nada. It's still only halfway lit. So I'm at a standstill until the new one comes, and I'm so bummed about that. I mean, I don't know, maybe there's something else I can work on, but really no. The only thing I need to do is this overcap area and the floor, and I'm saving the floor to do absolutely last. Well, maybe when I was trying to find the source of the soft ceiling in here, I took part of the wall out, so I could put that back in. It's really, like, literally it's right here. And I'm just gonna use the same board. I'm gonna put it up and maybe just put like a little tiny strip of trim to hide that seam. I mean, it's behind the toilet. I could, you know, kind of make it look intentional, but I mean, that's, you know, a super quick project I could do. And I never finished painting in here either. I don't know if you can tell. It still only has one coat. But I really was kind of just saving it until my overcap area was done, because all that up there needs painted too. So, you know, I'll have the paint out for that. I could just paint the bathroom at that time. And yeah, and the floor. So we're probably at a standstill for now. What's up, guys? It is Saturday morning, and my light came today, so I can get this hooked up. It's actually a lot faster than I thought, considering it wasn't prime. So before I even get into it, I am going to test this and make sure that it works. Yay! Okay, so now I'm gonna go up on the roof and start scraping. God. Okay, so I don't think I went over this when I put these up the first time, but these lights, in full disclosure, probably aren't the right kind for my style. They just sit flush, and then this little piece goes in through the hole that's cut in the fiberglass. So, you know, they sit on top and then they're screwed fast. But this little foam thing isn't much of a seal. So what I have done, and what I'm going to do with this one, is go around the whole outside with the butyl tape and then screw it down so it, you know, squeezes it out, and then go around the outside with my ProFlex RV sealant. And it seemed to work on the first set that I did, so that's what we're gonna do. Just wanted to let you guys know that's how I did it the first time. So that's what that looks like before peeling the paper off. All right, the new light is up and sealed and still works, so that is done. That wasn't as big of a setback as I thought it was initially. So yeah, that's awesome. But now I'm gonna take a slight detour from the inside of the Overcab because I had to open a brand new tube of Proflex to seal that light and only used, you know, a couple inches of it. So instead of letting that whole tube go to waste, I'm gonna go around and finish up some of the sealing that I didn't get to last summer, which includes one of these Overcab windows on the side. Oh, and the trim that runs under the Overcab, that was the very last thing I did last summer. And I only sealed, well, a little bit of it, and then that tube ran out again. I didn't want to open a new tube just to finish that. So I'm gonna go around and use up the rest of this tube and then go back to the interior. By the way, if you're doing an RV, I highly recommend, yeah, this is working real well. This Proflex, which of course that has to be right in the line, but it's especially made for RVs. It's flexible. It is perfect for seams and, you know, windows and stuff like that, you know, because an RV moves, especially when you're driving. And that's what that is made for. Do not use like household silicone. It doesn't work really well, first of all. Second of all, it is a bitch to remove if you would ever need to, or for the next person, which is what I had to do to this entire thing. But when I resealed this new light, because I used Proflex on it last year, it came off fairly easily. It all came off, you know, in one piece. It stretched, but it really didn't break into a million little pieces that I had to scrape off. So yes, highly recommend it. It is linked down below along with some of the other RV sealing type products that I've used. So check that out. And yeah, I will get back to you guys in a little bit.